Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys. And today we're back at the Middle East. All right, yeah, I'm not really in the Middle East, guys. I'm still here in lovely LA, but we're back in the Middle East in terms of fragrances. I'm gonna talk about a fragrance that is the latest from one of the, you could say, more popular Middle Eastern houses out there, guys. And I'm sure if you are into this stuff, y'all already know about this brand and house. And today I will be talking about, interestingly, a flanker of one of their best-selling fragrances. So can't wait to talk about it. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Okay, liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. Guys, we are almost at 24,000 subscribers. So please continue all your support. Like, subscribe, share the videos. And you know, this is the spot right here when it comes to no hype, absolute breakdowns, start to finish. I do not spend the first 5 minutes of the video basically talking about the bottle and the presentation. All right. I talk about the concept and then I go straight into a full breakdown, start to finish, from first impression all the way up to the end. If this is your type of review, please make sure to share our videos. Thank you so much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than the latest Spirit of Dubai fragrance. This is none other than Spirit of Dubai, Baz Cuir. Yes, Spirit of Dubai, Baz Cuir. And Spirit of Dubai is a lovely house. If you remember from a few years ago, I reviewed most of their first generation fragrances. And the branding itself, the name itself is pretty damn cool. Spirit of Dubai. Dubai being one of the biggest, complex, and loveliest cities in the Middle East, it does make sense to make a perfume house called Spirit of Dubai. And their fragrances have been, at least to me, pretty damn phenomenal. I know a lot of y'all wanted me to review Oud. I will at some point. Spirit of Dubai Oud. I kind of hyped that up. Sorry, guys. Anyways, Baz Cuir. This is a flanker of Spirit of Dubai. Baz, I remember trying Baz not too long ago. And the moment I tried Baz, I kind of knew, or I kind of felt that that fragrance was going to be a mainstream, lovable Spirit of Dubai scent. And guess what? It became a mainstream, lovable scent. And eventually, I guess, the heads of Spirit of Dubai decided to make a flanker to continue the success of Baz. Now, what does Baz mean? Baz means falcon. And the falcon in the Middle East is a symbol of dominance and authority. It is the ruler of the skies, commanding respect and surveying the land. So it makes sense that they use this. And if you look at the bottle, this will only take 2 seconds. The bottle has the falcon on it, guys. It's a beautiful bottle. I would say display-wise, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a huge, almost like trophy-style bottle if you've seen it in person, much like the original Baz, okay? Now, what is interesting here is that they added cuir, okay, which is leather. It's a leather style flanker of the original Baz. So I can't wait to tell you guys what this actually smells like, because I'm sure a lot of y'all, it's fall, winter, y'all are looking for something like this. So let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Spirit of Dubai, Baz Cuir, starting with this amazing, stunning opening. My gosh, it is pretty nice, guys. And, if you guys know me, and you know my reviews, I'm all about stunning, impactful openings, all right? Again, I do not want the awesome parts to be at the end of a fragrance. I do not like that kind of buildup. I want my fragrances to hit hard from the get-go and really show me a very favorable first impression. And what an impression right here, guys. Right here in the opening, it's a mix, guys, okay? It's a mix of your fruity, tart notes, such as apple, such as yuzu, such as orange. And these are kind of like the tart notes that are the mood-enhancing part of this fragrance. That's one component. And the other component is actually the gentlemanly, the gent scent part of it, which has fresh, spicy components, such as cypress, green notes, coriander. All right, so you have the gent scent, fresh spiciness. And then on top of that, you have an early myrrh, which is also prominent, that shows you the grace and sensuality and elegance of the Middle East. Oh my goodness. All three components here, I gotta say, provides such an amazing gentlemanly opening that I feel, okay, I mean, even with the brand, the Spirit of Dubai branding, you have everything here for a really nice, mainstream, lovable, gentlemanly scent, plus a little bit of the Middle East. The intro is such a mood enhancer. I mean, really, guys, you have the notes that you really like. You know, apple and yuzu, for example, is a very nice, uplifting, lemony note. And then on top of that, dude, cypress, which is like fresh, green, piney, cooling. And then you have the spiciness of the coriander. I mean, gosh, I gotta say, guys, this is a truly amazing scent for the gentleman. There's a gentlemanly aspect here because of the cypress. There's a good amount of that because of the fresh, spicy, guys. And then, of course, you have the myrrh. And the myrrh here is wonderful. I would say it's a very high-quality myrrh. And that is the one right there that kind of brings you to the Middle East. Mind you, there is no oud here in Baz Cuir. But certain notes, like myrrh, really make it sensual and gradient and calming and Middle Eastern, even with those mainstream lovable notes. And like I said, I feel like for a lot of people, this will be love at first sniff. And for those men that buy fragrances for usage, I feel like from the get-go, as soon as you spray this, it will tell you that, hey, this is something you would probably grab all the time. Okay, so now let's head into the mid of Spirit of Dubai Baz Cuir. Now, the transition to the mid is something that maybe will go over the top of y'all's heads, but for me, I actually really liked it. And that is the mix or the bridge of myrrh, which is a bridge note that is prominently in the opening. The mix of myrrh and cinnamon, guys. Cinnamon is listed as a top note here, but it is actually at the end of the top where it mixes in with some sensual, gradient, elegant myrrh. And it's going to be myrrh and cinnamon together, a spicy myrrh mix heading into the mid. So this part I like, especially because I know I am wearing a Spirit of Dubai fragrance. There's gotta be some Dubai or Middle East in it, and that's exactly what it does. Now, let's talk about the mid right here, guys. The mid is pretty interesting as well. The heart of the mid is actually Palo Santo wood, all right? And Palo Santo, I believe, is, you know, lit up kind of like incense, and it does have a very interesting and sharp woody type of smell. It's different from incense, guys, but definitely here you will get that dry, woody Palo Santo really slap out in the mid because it is, to me, one of the more powerful notes here in the mid. And on top of that, the myrrh will still be there, and there will be some labdanum, some really minor labdanum as kind of like a setup to the cuir or the leather, guys, all right? And then you're gonna have balancers, which is jasmine, lily of the valley, osmanthus. So it kind of has, you could say, the same continuum as the intro of something gentlemanly and woody. And of course, they had a little modifier here, which is the Palo Santo with some balancers, some nice osmanthus floral balancers to this woody Palo Santo myrrh mid. I would say that the mid right here is more Dubai-ish than the first part, which was a lot more mainstream and gentlemanly. But again, because of the woodiness, though, it maintains the masculine nature of Baz Cuir. And because the labdanum is there, you have kind of like the preview to the leather. I really like this mid as well. Okay, now let's head into the dry down of Spirit of Dubai Baz Cuir. Now, the bridge note as well to the dry down is going to be incense, okay? And it's actually incense mixed with leather, guys, all right? It is this mix that I love as well. I guess this is the style of this fragrance. You're gonna have a nice combo such as the myrrh and the cinnamon bridging through the stage, and then now you have your leather and incense bridging into the dry down, guys, all right? It is a lovely smoky incense and leather combination. And the leather, I mean, if you've seen early reviews of this fragrance, you know that the leather is not going to be an imposing and overpowering leather. Matter of fact, this is the type of leather type of level of the smell of the leather that I actually like. Well blended, lets you know that it's there, masculine, but not overpowering like those ombre leathers that are like really, really strong and to me off-putting as the wearer. And I really like how the incense is blended in with the leather to kind of give you a preview of the fade to black, darker transition of this scent right here, Baz Cuir. Now, the dry down to me of Spirit of Dubai Baz Cuir was, you could say, the least exciting one out of the three. And that tells you that they don't really do the style of other perfume houses, at least in the West, where there's a lot of notes in the dry down that really, create another transition. To me, the ending of Spirit of Dubai Baz Cuir, the last part was kind of underwhelming. I was trying to find the saffron and the cardamom here in the dry down. I didn't really get it so much versus the leather and the smoky notes. You have, vetiver, you've got gaiac wood, incense, like I said, and leather. I mean, these are the notes that really stand out. And to me, it was the most not so interesting part because there was nothing else that was really popping out there other than woods and smokiness and vetiver. But I mean, at least it does give you guys a very gentlemanly ending. It's a fade to black ending, but this is kind of like the most, uninteresting part. And this one happens, I would say, several hours into the fragrance. All right. So I would say that the first two parts of Baz Cuir are the best parts, really. Not the dry down, kind of boring, but the first two parts are just simply amazing. And with that being said, I like this scent. I can definitely see myself wearing Baz Cuir, well, anytime, anywhere in the Middle East, in Qatar or Dubai or Abu Dhabi, wherever I will probably visit next year. And I can definitely see myself wearing this as a very legitimate gent scent that is also mainstream appealing. Something that I personally like wearing, okay? And again, this one has all the facets of a gentlemanly scent. I like the fact that it's also mood uplifting with your yuzu, your apple. I like that the cypress is there, the green notes, the fresh spiciness that is a classic gent scent. But then they didn't take away the magic of the Middle East with your myrrh, with your incense, with your well blended leather, as well as that Palo Santo wood in the middle. I think that it was like a nice combination of both worlds, East and West, or Middle East and West, and it definitely felt very applicable for the Middle East, 100%. Now, can you wear this in the West? Absolutely, guys. I don't think that it's that crazy, different, or exotic that you cannot wear it here in America or here in LA. And I mean, this definitely, I think, brings a little bit of that Middle East smell in there, guys. But it's not oud. It's not going to possibly, get people repulsed by your smell. No, it is not oud whatsoever. The most it's got is myrrh. That is really it. And even the incense is a nice softening note with the leather as you transition into the dry down. So this is definitely mainstream wearable in the West. I want to say that this can be an upscale grabber, but due to its really wide range of possibilities to wear this fragrance, this I think is an anytime, anywhere fragrance. I can definitely see this worn in the boardroom. I can see this worn in a normal golf course, hanging out casually. And then I can also see this being worn in a nice Michelin star restaurant, upscale, bringing in that machismo and the masculinity. I feel like this is an anytime, anywhere scent. And, this right now in the fall is pretty nice. I think that it has the capabilities to go against, winter, but I feel like this is a fall fragrance. Okay, and definitely spring nights, AC environments, what have you. And it's also a type of character setting type of fragrance where if you're coming in and you want to smell like a gentleman, a very gracious gentleman with a little bit of that Middle Eastern magic, then this is a really nice perfume to wear. Okay, now let's talk about total performance of this scent. Like I said, this fragrance is not nuclear. I feel like a lot of Spirit of Dubai fragrances are not nuclear. This one right here is a nice, consistent, lingering scent all the way down the line. So do not expect anything nuclear from this fragrance. fragrance. However, this one stayed consistent, lingering for up to 11 hours. And I could still actually smell over 12 hours some of the leather and the musk and the woods. But like I said, to me, the last part wasn't really striking. So really my attention wasn't in it anymore. But for me, significant scent was up to 11 hours on this scent right here. Okay guys, now let's talk about pricing on this fragrance, guys. A full bottle 100 ml is over $400. Okay, not cheap, but I would say on the same level as other fragrances on the bracket. Okay, so I wouldn't say like to the niche buyers on that level, this is not expensive. Okay, however, I will say this, that try it first, even though I'm saying that it's really, really nice, because I kind of feel like Baz Cuir is kind of like a PDM mixed with a Middle Eastern spin on it. The magic of the Middle East mixed into like a PDM. And so get a sample first and try it alongside. If you collect a lot of PDMs and you're enjoying them, you know, mainstream, lovable, gentlemanly scents with spiciness, you know, that's PDM in a nutshell, guys. All right. And if you mix something Middle Eastern with it, then you'll get something like Baz Cuir. All right. So if you don't collect a lot of PDMs and you're looking for a fall winter scent that has a little bit of that Dubai in it, then Baz Cuir 100%. But I do want you guys to try this alongside your PDMs or other gent scents, because you might get some redundancy. But ultimately, guys, as a standalone, this is a pretty good gent scent, mainstream lovable standalone with a little bit of Middle East, a little bit of leather, but it's not enough to be like super total leather, guys. I feel like it is a lovable scent. It's worth it. Full bottle, should you test it and you don't get a lot of redundancy. And that is it. That is my no hype review on the latest Spirit of Dubai fragrance, Baz Cuir. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. I mean, if you tried the original Baz, let me know how that went, because I don't know, I kind of forgot it already, but I do want to review that again. But definitely let me know how you feel about Baz or Baz Cuir, or if you want me to review any Spirit of Dubai fragrances that's not on this. I know y'all are gonna say oud. Please comment below and I'll get at it. There's just a lot on the queue right here, guys, and I'm trying to knock them out one by one. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm back to work. I will see you guys on the next video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Take care. Peace.